Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the consultation meeting with the scientific committee to revitalize the response to this pandemic chaired by the Prime Minister. For the international scene, India overwhelming record number of new cases worldwide concerning COVID-19. The President of the Republic received his warm congratulations from his Kenyan counterpart. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gelle, has in the continuous flow of congratulations he received since his re-election to the Supreme Magistracy of our country. Had today a message from his Kenyan counterpart, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta. In this telegram, the Kenyan President welcomed a crushing victory tokens of the massive support of the Djiboutian people for the enlightened vision of President Gelle. On behalf of the Kenyan people and government, I extend to you my warmest congratulations and the full assurance of my determination to work toward strengthening the already excellent relations of cooperation and exchanges between our two nations with a view to further benefiting our two countries and our two peoples. Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta wrote in substances, I extend my warm congratulations also to the Djiboutian people for their political and democratic maturity to always register their electoral polls in order and quietness. He then noted similar messages also came from the President of the Republic of Botswana, His Excellency Mokgweetsi Masisi, and the President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, His Excellency Dr. Arif Alvi. And for the Prime Minister of Japan, Suga Yoshihide, considers that these re-elections represent the fruit of hope and confidence of the Djiboutian people toward President Gelle. I hope that Djibouti, which has made remarkable progress under your distinguished leadership, will develop further under these new terms. Japan and Djibouti have built a friendly and cooperative relationship together for many years, including the file of infrastructure development and maritime security. Based on this bilateral relationship, I would like to cooperate closely with Your Excellency on the occasions of the 8th Conference of African Development, TICAD 8, in 2022. Furthermore, I would like to express my appreciation for your favorable considerations of the activity and the Djibouti-based self-defense forces and would be grateful for your continued support. As part of the important meeting with all the officials of the various ministerial departments and services collaborating in the fight against COVID-19, after the high-level meeting chaired by the President of the Republic last Thursday, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed chaired this morning at the People's Palace an important consultation meeting to strengthen the strategy to fight against COVID-19. At this last time that our countries, the virus of COVID-19 has increased the rate of contaminations and victims more and more in the capital. The discussions and exchanges were intense, but very fruitful to relaunch in a coordinated and collective way the effort to reduce the contamination curve of the COVID-19 virus. Also note the presence of this meeting. So the Minister of Health, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, the Minister of Communication, Radwan Abdullahi Bahdon, the Minister of Budget, Abdul Karim Adancher, the Secretary General of the Presidency, Mohamed Abdullahi Wa'ais, and the member of the Commissions of Care and the member of the National Commissions of Introduction, Deployment of Vaccines, chaired by Dr. Ahmed Roble. The Minister of Communication, Radwan Abdullahi Bahdon, has indicated in his statement that he is very disappointed and scary to hear Somali ministers from Somalia repeated again allegations and other false accusations that the government of Djibouti has an agenda of the current Somali political tensions. Let me make it very clear: Djibouti does not deserve such claims, accusing Djibouti of interfering in the affairs of Somalia and take sides make to no sense, undermines our core values on peace and stability in Somalia. We also greatly appreciate what Somalia has done for us. Therefore, we cannot do less. That is why our sons are dying for the reverse of Somalia. We remain and stand firm of our historical and genuine responsibility. President Gelle has stepped on the plate and is strongly committed to moving forward to help build a better future for our beloved Somalia as well as for the region as a whole. The Minister of National Education Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, launched today the second phase of the national vaccination campaign and testing of COVID-19 in schools. This anti-COVID vaccination campaign took place in the orderly manners at the headquarters of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training in the presence of the Secretary General Mr. Muhammad Abdullah Mahyoub, the Director General of Education Mr. Abdi Dirir, as well as the senior staff of MENFOP. At the same time, teachers who did not receive the first dose of vaccines were tested and 80 others were vaccinated for the second time. Each morning, a group of 100 to 200 teachers will be tested for COVID-19, and those who test negative will receive the first dose of vaccines the next day. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, received his second dose of COVID-19 vaccines. Then all MENFOP teachers, managers, and were vaccinated in turn. The Minister of National Education supervised the smooth running of this national vaccination campaign against coronavirus in the schools. The town hall of the city of Djibouti regret to announce the degradations of the urban furniture recently installed and intend to receive the light wealth of the pedestrians in the city centers. The incidents occurred in the street of Athens. An individual, under the pretext that these garbage can are in the way of his businesses, deliberately tore these garbage bin from its places, whereas tests are implanted of the public road. This behavior characterizes incivism. The mayor of the city reminds our fellow citizens to the usefulness of this garbage can and urges the population to preserve our collective property. The mayor of the city of Djibouti also reminds that any person caught in the act of degradation of these garbage cans will be brought before the court of our country. Immediately, the agents of public security of the police came on the site and arrested the accused. The individuals who defaced the garbage can today will be brought to justice tomorrow. Recently, the country has been facing the recrudescence of the epidemic of COVID-19 marked by in the region of Tajora, marked a very high rate of positivity in the capital. This proves the circulation and the danger of the rapid spread of COVID-19 virus. However, the situation of vigilance is necessary. That's why the authority of the region of Tajora do not make any effort to adopt the necessary prevention measures in order to avoid any risk of propagation of this virus. It is in this spirit that it was dispatched the installations of an amount of control and screening in Balho, the borders region, where the devices of health control at peak 9 of the White City Gendarmerie is ensured days and night by the staff. The National Medical Hospital, in collaboration with the armed forces and the police, carried out control tests on road users to ensure health preventions against the importations of viruses. In addition, the prefect of the region, Hassan Dabele, in collaboration with the president of the regional council, also insisted on the usefulness of setting up hand washing seals in the restaurant and the public areas. And the national championship of the first division of Djibouti ended last night at the Guled Stadium. The 18th day of Arta Solar 7 and Barwako, which are confirmed 20 at 9 p.m. Solar 7 exposed a very beautiful performance as usual by the opening of scores of strikers number 7 Murad Samuel Liban and the double Gabriel Ladie, which and the best scorers of the session is 2021 with 26 goals, and in 18 matches Solar 7 won the victory on the scores of 5 goals to 1, the crowned champions of the season with 46 points. The president of the Solar 7 was rewarded by a special prize as the best president of the clubs of the first division by the Djiboutian Football Federation. So classification, the vice champion of the season was won by As Police and the first season under the titles of the National Police, which participate since about 15 years of absences of the National Championship playoff. The Police regained their historical level of the first season with the moral and financial support of the Colonel. For the international scene, COVID-19, India overwhelmed the record numbers of new cases worldwide. More than 819,000 new cases were reported worldwide in a single day, in a record number since the beginning of the pandemic. India alone account for 1/3 of the new cases of COVID-19 in the world. The country announced 346,786 new infections on Saturday, an unprecedented figure for a single country. Until now, hospitals are overwhelmed. Oxygen is running out. In the last 24 hours, 2,600 deaths linked to the disease have been recorded, a new record that brings the total number of deaths officially recorded since the beginning of the pandemic to nearly 119,000 in this country of 1.3 billion people. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.